today's topic, which is distributed architecture of Harmony OS. Okay, so basically, it includes uh, let me just have a quick recap on the existing Harmony OS architecture. So uh, basically, it is having four different layers. The bottommost layer is something that we all will be able to relate. So that would be the kernel layer. So that as an option to choose a different kernel based on the deployment. So some deployment needs uh, so uh, uh, different device capability. Different devices has a different capability in terms of processing, RAM, memory, etc. So okay, so so with respect to Harmony OS architecture, it has four layers. The bottommost layer is the kernel layer. So there is a choice of kernel that's available. One is Linux, LightOS, and Zephyr and others. Okay, so the choice of kernel is driven by the target device on which it is being deployed. Okay, so all these the different kernel abstraction is taken care by the kernel abstraction layer, and next in the system is a system service layer. So it has uh, mainly four subparts, which is the basic capability of the system, and basic service, software service, enhanced software service, as well as a hardware system service. So on top of this, it provides a framework layer which can be used to customize different services and develop an image that can be used on a target device. And the topmost is application layer. So where the developers can have their own unique applications that suits their needs. Okay, so the key advantage of Harmony OS is this one OS or one development for, and it can be used on all different kind of devices. Be it a constrained devices such as smart home applications to fully fledged smartphones. Okay, so the key advantage of this, the distributed architecture enables to achieve this kind of capability. So that the idea is that you develop once, and uh, so it provides the capability of customizing or adding a different subsystems based on the target on which it is being deployed. Okay, so just to introduce, so these are some of the use cases where it would be needed. Generally, we have this habit of taking selfies on our phone, and sometimes we would we would be needing a support or a help from a different person who can take a photo for us. So this can be avoided with this distributed capability, where your phone can be the device on which you will be taking the photos, but that can be controlled via smartwatch. It is coupled to your smartphone. And the second use case is with respect to this map capability. So suppose if you're on a uh, bike off trekking, and you wanted to set a destination on your map. Okay, and it's always difficult to keep tracking your phone to look at the destination. So what you can do is you can pair your watch to your smartphone, and you will be getting notifications on your smartwatch. So that is always convenient to use your smartwatch or your smartphone. So this capability is achieved by something called as FA and AA. So FA is a feature ability where your smartphone has in this kind of use cases, your smartphone acts as a FA feature ability. So it is a full-fledged capability along with UI display and everything. And whereas your smartwatch can act as your atomic ability. So these atomic AA nodes will not have a full will be providing only the basic capability by leveraging the different sensors and hardware that's available, and it provides a basic functionality which would be used by your smartphone. Okay, coming back to distributed architecture. So distributed architecture is having key four different technologies. One is the distributed soft bus, distributed device virtualization, distributed data management, and distributed task scheduling. So all these four put together achieves the distributed functionality of the Harmony OS. So, so the first in this list is the distributed soft bus, where it provides communication capabilities between the devices that forms the Harmony OS ecosystem that will help in achieving the seamless interconnection of 1+8+N devices. So, so in this 1+8+N notation, the one forms a smartphone and eight forms a secondary devices that is around the smartwatch, smartphone, and then forms the infinite possibility set of the smart devices that can be used to achieve the different functionality. So with this distributed software, we can achieve, I mean, this will take care of the communication capability such that each of the it enables the quick discovery and connection so that the data can be achieved seamlessly and with minimalistic latency. So due to this, the zero transmission capability of the device can be achieved. Uh, it not just provides intra-device, but also provides inter-device capability, inter and intra-device communication capability. So which is, of course, secure, reliable, and provides a very high bandwidth, low latency, and not to forget to mention the least possible power consumption that's possible. So the distributed software has basically three main subsystems or functionality. One is the task bus, which takes care of distributing the application on multiple devices, uh, and the data bus that takes care of transmission of the data among the devices as well as synchronization among them without compromising on the capability and the performance. And the bus center, which is used for the cooperation and coordination between these devices. The next is distributed device virtualization. So idea here is that uh, the complete ecosystem, the different ecosystem that forms the Harmony OS can be used to form a super virtual device. The idea is that individual hardware devices as well as its peripherals is divided into small entity or a functionality that will help in virtualization and can be leveraged or used in different use cases. So, so this forms into a multiple resource pools, and each of these resource can be used by the FAs to achieve the needed virtualization capability. So it has two key parts: the device virtualization as well as the audio video synchronization. So device virtualizations allows in accessing the leverage, the peripheral capabilities or the peripherals of a different hardwares, and it will give that feeling that the device is not a distributed but a locally available device. And audio video synchronization ensures that there is no lag or a delay or a jitter with respect to audio and video transmission among the devices. Uh, so distributed, the next in line is distributed data management. So this helps distributed data bus or a distributed soft bus in achieving the data management. So it provides a distributed database for storage as well as access of the data on the different devices, so that the service logic can be separated from the data storage. Uh, this function also provides a different application programming interfaces for distributed data management uh, among the devices. Uh, so that the application that has been written to can leverage these distributed data interfaces and write their own unique applications. Of course, by this distributed data management, it also achieves the data privacy by isolating applications by accessing data that belongs to a different one, uh, which in turn achieves the needed security. And also it helps in data synchronization among the different devices which has been authenticated and which has been trusted among the available ecosystem. Yeah. The next is so we know about the distributed communication, the distributed data management. Next comes in line is a distributed task scheduling. So this will provide the entire system as a uh, virtual bus, which can be uh, which uh, which it is based on the virtual bus distributed data management distributed profile, so that the task can be scheduled on any of the devices, and I can achieve the needed distributed functionality. So the application can see the entire thing as a common subsystem, and it helps in the service management, uh, so that uh, the distributed functionality can be achieved. So So next in line with respect to this capability or this functionality is one of development for multi-device deployment. So the idea is the application developer can provide or develop a common application, and by using the integrated application development framework or the solution that's provided, and that can be developed once, and it can be used seamlessly used and deployed on a different device environment that's available, and that can be achieved with the help of the cross compilation tools and the framework that's provided by the Harmony OS. So, and it provides a capability for customization or stripping off the features which is not available for the system. And also it helps in deciding what is the best software or the program that can run based on the available hardware, so that the best possible user experience can be achieved. So So all these things, of course, can be achieved by the framework, UI framework that's provided by the system. So the last in line is the UX, which helps in achieving this multi-device deployment. Uh, so so again, just like the other capability what we see with respect to UI also. So each so it helps the UI helps in identifying the different the nodes as the small entities or building blocks which can be used to develop different UI capabilities that is required. That can be achieved by polymorphic control, dynamic layout, as well as the project template. So polymorphic control is breaking up the individual entities of UI into small building blocks, and which can be dynamically chosen for the needed UI deployment. And dynamic layout takes care of adjusting the screen resolution and others based on the hardware capability that's available on the device. And the project template provides the reference software, the programs, as well as a needed basic structure for developing different applications. So any UI applications can be developed based on the default templates that's available in the system. So it helps in help developer in making a UI which can adapt itself to each and the kind of device that's available based on its hardware capability, and it can also ensure the that UI is optimally uh, developed based on the hardware capability that's available on the system. And it also has capabilities such as on-demand device component selection, mutable function set configuration, and associated intercomponent dependencies, which can be achieved by this uh, UI capability. Uh, and one point what I want to mention is I'm unable to go into much more detail with respect to the functionality or how each of these functionality works. But I'm just, as a part of the session, I'm only giving you a brief introduction about the capability of the Harmony OS. So probably in subsequent sessions, or so once you people start working with us, you will be introduced with respect to the detailed implementation of each of these feature works.